Up next on 15-Minute Babylon Theater Hour, with one of his irregular announcements, is Stanley Floormachine, president of this network. Good morning, fellow broadcasters. Employees who have been with this organization a long time will know the following story, while later arrivals may not be aware of it and its ramifications on the history of this network. Going way back to the earliest days of DOA, now called MBC as we know, we had always endeavored to give our viewers and listeners a smile with jokes about our strange name. These jokes had usually shown up during network identification cutaways, or nicks, as we call them in the business. But how this came about is little known to the public, but is almost legendary among broadcasters. In 1975, a Salt Lake comedy group, Babylon Theater, wrote a good-natured satire of television network news programs, and as the focus of their script, they used the equally young DOA network and its equally young news anchors, Chick Utley and Babel Snurr, who, by the way, some historians have said were the first on-camera news co-anchors. Babylon Theater's videotape performance of this script, cablecast on the university station where it was produced, was seen by Chick and Bab and the Anderson brothers, all of whom thought it was hilarious. In fact, the line, "This is DOA," where the newscasters give damned odd arguments, caused Chick Utley to choke on his beer and Dave Anderson to call the Babylon boys himself the next day and obtain permission to use the joke on their own broadcasts. Thus began Babylon Theater's long association with DOA and Greg and Nolan's long friendship with Chick and Bab. Up in the high-level offices of this network, where our main job is to think about things and then get someone lower down to implementate them, we have noticed something. In all the activity since our network name change, which strangely enough was brought about by the new owners, Babylon Theater, the popular tradition of livening up our nicks with wordplay on the network's initials, previously DOA and now MBC, of course, has been sadly neglected. This is not good, because our reputation, though we are known for much more than just news department now, still is based to a degree on our continuing to not take ourselves too seriously. I will never forget how, while listening to him speak at the press club many years ago, Walter Cronkite, himself always ready to drop a pun or a silly joke, once remarked, with that laconic voice that made you want to believe anything he said, quote, "Without its humor, DOA would be dead on arrival." We in the Office of Direction, with the full support of Greg and Nolan, have come up with a way in which all of us can contribute to reinvigorating this proud tradition of humor, beginning almost immediately and continuing until everyone is sick of it. There will be a weekly contest for the best jokes on the initials MBC. Each winning entry will be used as the nick of the week for 7 consecutive days, then put into the regular rotation of nicks. Greg and Nolan themselves will judge each week's heap. Entries may be sent to them directly at their official email address with the subject line MBC Jokes, or may be written on an official contest form, which will be available from any supervisor and then placed in a locked mailbox on each floor. These mailboxes will be sent unopened by bonded courier. Each week's winner will be revealed on the Monday intercom announcements 1 week after each contest. Complete rules may be found on our land website. Search for Make America Funny Again. Please have fun with this, people, but don't let it interfere with the work you were hired to do. If this happens and becomes a problem, the whole thing will be called off. It is up to you. Have a nice day.